Tonight, a crushing blow to the Trump family's real estate empire. A judge in New York handing down a more than $350 million civil penalty against Donald Trump, plus interest, for lying about his wealth for financial gain, barring him from obtaining loans in the state for 3 years, banning Mr. Trump's adult sons from running any company for 2 years, ordering they pay more than $4 million each.
Today, justice has been served. Today, we prove that no one is above the law.
The former president tonight assailing the decision and slamming the suit brought by New York's Democratic Attorney General.
These are radical left Democrats. They're lunatics, and it's election interfering. If I weren't running, none of this stuff would have ever happened.
With no jury at trial, today's ruling left solely in the hands of Judge Arthur Engoron, who decided the heart of the state's fraud case months ago, finding the Trump family wrongly exaggerated the value of some of its most iconic properties on financial statements to receive better deals on bank loans. This trial was to sort out the penalty. Mr. Trump and his adult children all took the witness stand in the hopes of fending off a decision with massive consequences for their real estate portfolio and family legacy.
I became president because of the brand.
Mr. Trump's defense team arguing there was no victim, the banks were repaid, and testified they did not rely on Mr. Trump's valuations. The former president's attorneys had implored the judge not to impose a fine akin to the corporate death penalty. But today, the judge writing, quote, "Donald Trump is not Bernie Madoff," yet defendants are incapable of admitting the error of their ways. Instead, they adopt a see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil posture that the evidence belies.
And Laura, this isn't over yet. The Trump team says it will appeal. What's that look like?
That's right, Lester. But if that appeal should fail, Mr. Trump is facing not only a massive penalty here, but the number itself could balloon with all of the interest involved. A real question for this company, will it be forced to sell off some of Mr. Trump's most prized assets to pay for this judgment, Lester?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.